Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. This is the first episode of Bricks and Beyond, a journey into retail spin-off series here. So this is part of the Bricks and Beyond series where we're going to start getting to meet some people in the Lego community, in the retail community. So each episode of this series is going to spotlight individual stores across the United States, Canada, and even beyond. We're going to give the community a look into the local stores, be it Bricks and Minifigs or other type of retailers, and basically give the spotlight to the store owners, managers, and get a live look at their stores. So tonight we're going to head down to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, where we have John Minifigs Myrtle Beach. Let's see if I can get him in here. And there he is. Jonathan, how are you?
Good. How you doing? Thanks for having me.
Good. Yeah, thanks for coming. I appreciate it. I was just sitting here thinking this is a new experience for both of us. This is new for me, and this is new for you. First week of being open here.
Absolutely. Yeah. We just opened, had our grand opening on Saturday.
And
So
you did it up pretty big too. You had a Lego Master there as well.
yeah, we had Mel Brown from season one of Lego Master here.
Yep.
Meeting and greeting and doing his thing. So it was a good event.
So how did you get to? I'm assuming you got to talk to him. A little bit behind the scenes.
Oh
So
yeah, yep, yeah.
how was that?
He's a real chill guy. He's cool. He's a lot of fun to be around, and he's just a real
Sure.
personable guy.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of fun to get to meet him and talk to him. And he's great with people. So he would go out every once in a while and hype the crowd up and get them
Nice.
jumping around, and
Yeah.
so it was real
Now,
good.
I saw you guys. So, being that I've frequent Myrtle Beach, I know that the Tanger outlet where you guys are located is a pretty big facility.
It
So, how
is.
long did the line get?
It got long enough where Tanger security had to come out and told us we were blocking five or six stores. So
Okay.
we had to kind of redirect and
Okay.
barricade some stuff and kind of had them going around. There's a fountain out front, so we had to kind of swerve around the
Yep.
fountains and stuff. So it was
Okay.
it was a good line, and it was cold, so it was pretty you know a good sign for opening that they
Yeah.
would stand out there and wait for a good long while in the cold. So.
And that's not usually it's not usually a term I associate with down where you are is cold. Uh,
Yeah, especially like if you get Myrtle Beachians who, if it's cold,
that's
they stay inside.
yeah, yeah.
I'm one of them. If it's cold, I stay inside.
I
So
hear. Yeah.
it
Well,
was a pretty good
I
sign.
had I've never been down in the wintertime or even September. I've been, but that I wouldn't really consider that fall. But my parents had they came down one year in January, and my mom's like, "This is nothing what you think it is. It's cold, and like if you
Yeah,
get a dusting of snow, like everything shuts down." So
everything shuts down. We got no snow plows for that half inch of snow,
yeah.
so it shuts down pretty quick. And really, it was cold. I think it was maybe like 39,
Okay.
so it wasn't like it wasn't Pittsburgh cold, I'm
Yeah.
sure,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
for
Yeah.
Myrtle Beach it was
Well,
freezing.
it's
So
I think it's a different type of cold too. Like it's still, I don't know. Like I've been, maybe North Carolina, when it's been cold, and
yeah,
to me, it still doesn't feel the same. Now, granted, Pittsburgh weather has shifted, so we're not as bad as we used to be, but I still think the cold you guys get is not 100% the same kind of cold that we get up here.
I don't know if it's colder than this. I don't want to find out.
Well, I'll keep it up here. I'll keep it away from you guys. So.
Yeah,
Obviously I want to talk about the store. I want to get to know, I want to get to know you. I want everybody else to get to know you. But just out of curiosity, the first week of business, Has it been what you expected, more than expected, or what's your thoughts on
It's
that?
been it's been about what we expected.
Okay.
It's Christmas season. We really pushed to get open. We only had the spot for really a month and
Okay.
2 weeks, 3 weeks. So we had to flip the whole spot, build the wall for a party space, paint, floor, put all the stuff in. All within. We tried to rush it as soon as we could
Sure.
just to get December in,
Yep.
just to try and make it before kind of the January, February lull.
Yeah.
Um,
Yep. Well, I know that's I think you picked a good time, because I always see when stores are getting ready to open, and then it's like opening January 3rd, and I'm just like, but you missed you missed the
yeah,
Christmas season.
yeah,
So
for
I
sure.
think that was really good, be it planning or whatever. That I think it was good that you were able to open before the holidays. So.
Yeah.
Um, all right. So again, before I get into the store, I want to get to know, have everybody get to know you here. So, uh, kind of transferred over my usual questions, that I like to ask here. So we'll start with little Jonathan. So when you were little, can you tell me, were you into Lego when you were little? And, if so, what do you remember?
So I'll tell you, I really, we had Lego, but we couldn't really afford a whole lot of Lego.
Okay.
I remember being a kid and wanting Lego and seeing the Lego out there, and we couldn't really afford it. It was kind of one of those, you'd pass by Toys R Us and you couldn't go in
Yep.
type things. I really couldn't get into Lego when I was a kid, and it really wasn't until I was an adult. I was always a movie guy though,
Okay.
and for me, that was kind of my transition into to Lego was through movies, through Star Wars, Indiana Jones, Harry
Okay.
Potter, and those movies like that I really, that I really loved, and that kind of transitioned me into Lego, and from there, it's a deep rabbit hole
Yes.
to climb down.
Well,
So
especially with those movies you just named. I mean,
yeah,
Star Wars in particular.
oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
There's a lot to go down.
yeah,
So.
yeah. So, now, did you grow up in the Myrtle Beach area, or are you from somewhere else?
Yeah, mostly. I was from North Carolina
Okay.
originally, and then we moved down here around third grade or
Okay.
so. So essentially, just Myrtle Beach whole life.
Yes. So I'm trying to think back. There was a Toys R Us in Myrtle Beach, wasn't there?
There was one here.
Was that
Yep.
down by the Coastal Grand, or was that somewhere else?
No, it was a little closer to Broadway at the beach.
Okay. Yep.
Yep, it was kind of
Oh,
closer
that's
to the
right.
there's
Yeah,
yeah
there was
there's a
a
Target.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Yep, because it was a
Yep.
combo with Kids R Us, Toys R Us, right? Or Babies R Us, Toys R Us, maybe.
I think they had Babies R Us in there, like a small section of it.
Okay,
But I don't even remember if they advertised on the outside of the building or not.
that's
But
right. Yeah. Now
but
I'm,
it's
I'm.
definitely gone.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I know it's a. I mean, I guess it's a good thing in a
Yeah.
sense that we're getting rid of the corporate chains,
Yeah. Yeah.
of these big toy stores, because then that opens up the avenues for you guys, which, obviously, Toys R Us and them, they sell the new stuff, so they wouldn't be focusing on the minifigs or the classic
Yeah.
sets. But, regardless, I still think, as I seem to mention to different people, one of my reasons for doing the series is, to get people to know you and your store, so that, like, if they have a decision where it's like, do I want to spend five less dollars and buy it on eBay, or do I want to go support the local bricks and minis fig? Not saying that you would be more expensive, but like me personally, I'd rather support somebody that I had a connection with rather than just, some random person on eBay. So,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
I think that's huge, to have, especially being new in the community, to try to, promote you guys and raise the awareness that you're there, you're open, and come on in. So,
Yep.
um,
Yep. Absolutely.
but all right. So then, not really too much in the Lego when you were younger, and then I guess you would say the unofficial dark ages until you're in the adult years. So, do
The
you remember?
Enlightenment.
Yeah, yeah. Do you remember what was that? What was the Awakening set? Do you remember what the first set was?
I don't. I just remember. I remember it started small. I started getting some of the little poly bags,
Okay.
and they were all Star Wars poly bags because I was, I remember thinking originally like Lego Star Wars just one and the same,
Sure.
and
Yeah.
obviously it's a little bit different now,
Yep.
but I remember when I was first looking, I was like, oh, Lego Star Wars, it's just the same thing, there's not a lot of other stuff to
Sure.
it. So I was getting some Star Wars poly bags, and then I got some bigger sets. The first big set I built was the X-wing.
Oh,
I
nice.
can't remember the set number off the top of my head, but it was a good set and it was a lot of fun. It's just the detail work is what really, kind of caught me,
Yeah.
and it's just I don't know what it is about it. And honestly, I love the minifig collecting a lot more than I like the set collecting.
Yeah.
For me, minifig collecting is kind of like it's like treasure hunting. You're you're just looking around for that lost fig somewhere in a bulk pile or
So
something, and um,
you're probably bummed with the box transitioning then.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 So
And well, I mean, and it's not even just so much the box anymore, is that you can just literally scan the box now and it'll tell you what it
yeah,
is. So
for sure,
it kind of
for
takes the fun
sure.
away from, the minifig stuff. Because
It does.
we started in 22, and like my wife and I, more so her, we'd go to the stores, and I'd be like, we're looking for this, and she'd feel the poly bags, and you could spend
Yeah, try and guess it
hours.
out, and
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then
yeah,
like it's crazy how fast like you can get the hang of feeling different pieces and knowing like that iconic piece of that figure, like that's what gives it away.
yeah,
Um,
yep,
but now it's just like, I'll just scan the box and there we go.
yeah, yeah, for sure. And
um,
I've seen it. So we haven't had any scanners in here yet. Which, look, I'm not against.
yeah,
If you're scanning, that's fine. If you want to come in and look for a certain fig, that's on you.
sure.
That's all good. If you want a mystery fig, even better. So we've got the series figs, but I have seen them at Walmart, kind of lining the aisles with
Yep,
series figs and
yep.
trying to catch the right ones.
Uh, so oddly enough, in whatever I don't know wherever I saw it or heard about it, when they transitioned to the boxes, I'm sure you heard about all the different stories of either people ripping boxes open or trying to get the figure they wanted before the scanning thing came in the
Yeah,
play. The craziest thing I heard was somebody buying one of those endoscopy cameras, and they would
really.
slide the camera in like that real tiny pinhole in the corner of the box, and
Yeah.
that's how you could see what was inside.
Hey,
That's like
uh,
it's a
they're
five
trying
dollar figure,
everything.
I mean, it's more
Yeah,
power
for
to
sure.
you, but I don't know. So
I guess
um,
that's better than ripping the
yeah,
boxes.
well, yeah, because that's a shame when you see that stuff at Target or Walmart. You see the
Yeah,
boxes ripped open, and I don't know. Again, like it's not like we're looking for Mr. Golds here. We're looking for.
yeah,
Now,
yeah.
is that something in? I'm sure you would have hyped a Mr. Gold if you had it in the store, but is that something you've ever even come across, either in pictures or anybody you know?
I mean, I've seen the Mr. Gold online. I haven't seen one in person
Okay.
though. But if anybody out there watching now or later has one, feel free to bring it in.
And you'll pay top dollar, right?
Top dollar.
So now, in your personal life, so obviously now, you're Lego all day, every day.
Yep.
Do you have a collection at home that you have displayed or just sitting around somewhere? Or
So I had a decent bit of sets,
okay.
and then I really I was so worried with how everything was going to go here that I ended up transitioning a lot of the stuff into the store,
Oh, sure. Okay.
and just trying to fill in. And we ended up, with a plethora of used sets anyway.
Yeah.
But I did end up bringing a lot of my stuff
Okay.
into the store just to make sure we had stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I know that, which we'll get into that, but I'm sure that's a interesting feeling, trying to make sure you're prepared. And
Yeah,
I,
interesting.
yeah, I can imagine. So of all the sets that you've built, as an adult, is there anything that's like stuck with you as far as like a favorite theme or a favorite set that you built?
I tell you, I don't know why. I love it so much. But I love the Nintendo theme.
Oh
I
yeah.
love the
Okay.
Nintendo series they're
Yep.
doing. The 64 cube. I I
Okay.
love that set so much. And I
Sure.
don't know why. It's like one of those guilty pleasures. It
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
brings you back for some of the stuff that and there's so much detail on there, so many little secret things on there. I really like that set. I like a lot of the Nintendo sets,
Okay.
honestly. Not so much the newer series where you can play with the Mario along
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah.
trail, but the more detailed old retro stuff I really like.
Yep. Yep. I remember seeing something posted. I think Lego posted it last year. Weren't they doing, or aren't they supposed to be doing something with like Mario Kart sets?
I
I thought I
I
remember
think they
seeing,
are. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it in a while, but I think I do remember seeing that.
because that could be like I don't know if you've seen the January stuff, like with the soapbox cars,
Hmm.
or I think they're coming out with.
Yeah.
If you could do that, because my son had that Rainbow Road for the Hot Wheels cars,
Oh
and
yeah.
like just thinking like if you could do something like that in Lego form, like I think that would be. I would assume that'd be a pretty big seller because everybody
Yeah.
loves Mario Kart.
For
I
sure.
think that
For
definitely could
sure.
be a good thing to get into. Um, so then, is there any theme that you would say you tend to stay away from? Anything you don't enjoy to build?
I don't love building friend
Oh,
sets,
okay, yeah,
but I do. But I honestly, Friends is probably the one I built the
okay,
most of, because I've got a 3-year-old at home,
okay,
and as soon as we started down and started getting more sets
yep,
in, and she's just getting to the Lego feel,
sure,
but she's all about it. So
okay.
anytime we get a cool set in, she's like, I want to build that. I was like, okay, let's do it. Let's
Who needs
build it. So
inventory?
yeah. So
You
shit,
know,
I tend to I build some of it and then I'll sneak it out in the middle of the night and say, oh, I think well, there'll be some more.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I give Friends credit. Their design team has actually been actually pretty good over the past year or so, I'd say. I mean, the stuff they've come up with has been pretty incredible,
Hmm.
which is good because I feel like whenever you talk about sets, it always feels like everybody always says that Friends is for girls, like it's a girl theme, and I don't think it's right to put that stereotype on a set. I mean, it is marketed that way, with the colors and
Yeah.
the box and all that. But a lot of the stuff they've made recently, I think you'd be, like there was like that tower. I think it was like the apartment complex. I know
Yeah.
my son likes that modern mansion
Hmm.
with the garage. Like it has some cool play features. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
uh, I mean, you do what you want. I mean, you build what you like. There's nothing that
Yeah.
says you can't. So.
Nope. Yep.
Um, all right, so then you said your daughter's into that, so that's like a good bonding time
Yeah.
at home, I would
Yeah.
assume,
For sure.
even
For
though
sure. Yeah.
you're with it all day.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
different when you get to spend time with your child and see how they like to build and whatnot. Um,
Absolutely.
Now, do you have any like bulk brick at home where like your daughter will just kind of build her own things?
Yeah. Yeah. So we bought some party tables, some Lego tables for the party room,
Oh, okay,
and
yeah,
I put one together at home
okay,
first before I got it all into the store, and it hasn't left. It's full of bulk in the middle, and it's just sitting there because she just every day for hours she just sits
sure.
there and builds.
Yeah, good,
So
good, 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 good. It's nice to keep them away from the screens and the
yeah,
imagination running wild. I think that's
yeah,
definitely important for them. So, all
for
right.
sure.
So the good stuff here. Not that you weren't good, but all right. So you opened just last weekend. That was
Yep,
the official opening date. Now, I was doing a little bit of looking back, and I saw that the Instagram account started in April of 2024. But
yep,
I obviously know your journey into retail started well before that. So, can you just kind of give me give an overview of like what got you interested in the Bricks and Mini figure franchise and how you
yep.
got started into it?
So, really, we kind of stumbled upon the Bricks and Minifigs franchise and jumped on it
Okay.
as soon as we saw it, kind of. So, and I actually still have another job. I run some amusement parks here in
Oh,
Myrtle
nice.
Beach.
Okay.
So it's kind of it's a fun transition to go from building big rides and coming over
Yeah.
here and building, building small rides in these
Sure.
amusement parks and stuff here.
Yep.
So, but we were always kind of looking for something, and then especially right after the pandemic, we really kind of saw the potential of
Sure.
Lego in general.
Yep.
So we we're kind of looking around, and we stumbled upon the bricks and minifigs and started looking at it a little bit more, and just jumped on it, and
Okay.
it was a lot of there was always a lot of back and forth, but finally we just said let's go for it, let's
Okay.
try it, and see what we can do.
So, so once you made that decision to start,
Yep.
how long did it take from beginning until doors opening?
So I started talking with bricks and minifigs. I want to say January, February
Okay.
of this year.
Okay.
And so we were talking back and forth, getting some ideas about each other. And then in March, towards the end of March, I went out for a discovery day, which is basically just you go out to, they're headquartered out of Utah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So you basically go out to Utah, you meet them for a week, they meet you for a week, you do some stuff, and then see if it's going to be a good fit.
Sure.
And then make your decision after that. So pretty soon after that, I bought in, started going through the process, and really the longest part of the whole procedure was just finding a location.
That's what I was wondering about. Okay. So,
Yeah.
what other were you looking at other areas in Myrtle Beach?
Yeah. So, and you're familiar with Myrtle Beach a little
Yes.
bit.
Yep.
So we were looking, a little bit in North Myrtle Beach, Myrtle Beach proper. And there's a couple other places a little bit further south that we were looking at, but I really wanted to get somewhere that's kind of a crossroads between everything and
You got it.
where we're at now. Yeah, where we're at now is really Carolina Forest really is a crossroads for everything. There's a lot of people here in general.
Yep.
But I catch the people from Conway,
Yep.
Surfside, Myrtle's Inlet, North Myrtle Beach, and then obviously Myrtle
Yep.
Beach. So it's kind of right in the middle of everybody.
Yeah.
And this tanger here, because there's the two tangers, there's one on the north end. That one gets more tourists, and this one gets more locals.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah, so it's kind of like a double-edged sword. Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
But I mean, because when when you and I were originally talking, like I told you, we were just down there in the summer, and I was really hoping something would have been open. And all you do, you just pull up Google and you search Lego store, and nothing comes up anywhere
Yep.
close to you guys. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's as simple as that for a tourist, a local. Like just type in Lego Myrtle Beach, and I'm assuming you guys are probably going to be the first thing that pops up, or at least close to the top. So
Yep. Yeah. We're working on our SEO stuff now.
Okay.
So we've actually got a company helping us out with it, but we're working our way up. So it's definitely I think some of the big box stores might still pop up
Sure.
in front of us.
Okay.
But we're definitely working our way up there.
Okay, well, good. Now, like I told you, I'm excited to be down there again, so I can stop in and see how it all looks in person, because everything
Yeah,
always
for
looks
sure.
different when you're not actually there. So,
Yep.
so is there anything like in your process before opening? Was there anything that really challenged you, or anything that really made you feel like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done this, or was it just smooth sailing?
So it was nothing but not smooth sailing. It was, I don't know. It's a very hard process. Not I don't know. Like maybe it was just so this is my first foray into retail.
Okay.
But just and this is my first business venture on my own.
Oh, okay.
So just the process. I mean, if you've done a business before, you probably don't have to fall through the pitfalls that I fell through.
I
But
wouldn't even know where to start.
yeah, so there's like telling you finding someone to kind of help guide you through some of the probably easy for most people or easy for people who've done it, but if you don't know, you're basically just guessing as you go.
Sure.
And dealing with the bureaucracy and dealing with the permits and dealing with all the stuff that comes with it is just, it's a lot. There was definitely a bit of wasted money along the way,
Okay.
just
Yeah.
trying to figure stuff
Yeah.
out. Having to go back now, there's obviously a lot of different stuff I could have done a lot better, but the big thing was just getting open, getting going,
Yeah.
and
Well,
going
hey,
that way.
I mean, the way I see it is if it was easy, everybody would do it.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. But
um,
um,
oh no, go ahead.
no, oh yeah, I was gonna say it's definitely it's there's other stores out there like Bricks and
Mhm.
Minifigs that aren't part of the corporate brand,
Sure.
and the good thing about Bricks and Minifigs is it does have that corporate overtone
Yeah.
to an extent, but it's all locally owned. All the stores are locally owned. So you go to Raleigh, they're local Raleigh guys. They love Lego.
Okay. Yep.
Same thing here. Same thing anywhere. Charleston, Greenville, Clemson, anywhere around here you go for any of the Bricks and Minifigs. They're all locally owned,
Okay.
and they just love Lego.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you do get that little bit of help, so you're not completely in the dark about processes
Okay.
and you do get some brand name
Sure.
recognition that comes with it, um, and you're not reinventing processes that have already been invented,
Yeah. Yeah.
but you're also again local. You're a local store, local community, so it's been pretty nice.
Now, is there and if there's anything you can't, 'cause I don't know the rules and regulations behind what you can and can't say, but so is there like a radius now that you have where no other bricks and minifigures can come in, or is it like free game?
There are territories.
Okay.
So everyone's got their own territory that,
Okay.
and that's the same thing with any franchise does. They'll do a territory for you, and just to make sure that you're protected. They're not gonna, and it's kind of to protect you from the corporation, to make sure that they can't, you know, put another bricks and minifigs,
Yeah. Yeah.
3 blocks down or something.
Yeah.
These
Okay.
customers or this population is for you.
Yeah. Okay. Um, so then, what was the first day where you guys actually, and you don't have to remember the exact day, but when did you get the keys to the store and kind of like walk into your own candy store and say, "What am I going to do here?"
So we got the keys, and so when we first signed the lease, there was a tenant in here already,
Okay.
and they had a 30 day,
Okay.
leave clause. So
Yep.
we signed, and we had to wait 30 days for them to leave before we could even step foot in the
Okay.
door. And we got in the beginning of September.
Okay.
So the first week of September, we got in, got the keys, and then we could really, see what it
Yep.
was, see what we needed to do. And a lot of we could do some of the work beforehand, but a lot of the vendors, a lot of the merchandise and stuff, they wouldn't ship to anywhere besides your storefront.
Okay.
So
Okay.
a lot of the stuff we couldn't order. Even now, we're still waiting on stuff to come
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
We're 99%, complete.
Okay.
But we're still, you know, touching up. And honestly, the,
Yeah.
the really nice thing about the store is they'll constantly probably be, changing things
Yeah.
and moving things around, touching up and changing stuff around. But yeah, we're still waiting on some different vendors shipments to come in. We're waiting on our exterior signage, which actually should be installed on Tuesday.
Nice. Okay.
Um, but something that if you had enough time, you wouldn't have to worry, because we had delayed. It was supposed to be up for the week of
Okay.
Thanksgiving, and then just delays and delays and delays. So
Well,
you
yeah.
take what you get.
Well, hey, I I tossed this jab out to somebody the other day. At least we're not in Canada where we don't have a post office operating right now. So,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
uh,
So
so side note, because I saw it and I didn't see it until I was watching the video again today. How does one get the giant inflatable minifigure?
so you can buy it, but I actually corporate leases it out for
Okay.
for the events and stuff throughout the thing. They've got a couple of them on hand, so it works out nice. I can just get it, send it back.
Okay. I just had a question that popped up in my little question box. Um, it says, does Bricks and Minifigs provide the sign? I don't know if that's
They
if
don't
that's oh go ahead.
they don't provide the sign. You
Okay.
still have to pay for it.
Okay.
But they do have specific, they want to protect their IP and they want to make sure everything's perfect. So they've got certain vendors for certain stuff that they vetted and they know is exactly what they want it to be for their
Okay.
IP rights. But no, they don't provide, anything. You still have to, same as if you were starting your own business without a a franchise backer.
Yeah. Okay.
You're still paying for everything, and uh, just like any other store, you're
Yeah.
still paying for everything.
Yeah.
You just got some help from corporate with your back end stuff and your brandability. They do market
Okay.
for you, and help you with that route. So
Okay. Well, I personally know how much you love social media. So
yeah, 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 it's great.
I get it. All right. So then, how like when you came into the store, like how many changes did you have to make to the current layout to where how the store is set up now?
So we honestly, I've tried to make, and looking for a space that kind of fits for the most
Mhm.
part what you're trying to do is really good. Like we looked at some old restaurants, which
Okay.
it's a lot of upfit to try and get all the restaurant stuff out to
Yeah.
to fit what you need it to do. So finding a former retail spot is kind of the best option, and then finding a spot that fits what you're trying to do before. I mean, I probably looked at 15 spots in
Oh wow.
person around here, and then probably 50 online via
Okay.
pictures, just trying to
Okay. Sure.
trying to find a spot that really worked. So when I came into here, we tried to use as much as we could of the old layout, but
Yeah.
the good thing about it is it was really just an open
That's
space
good.
with storage in the back.
Okay.
Really, we came in, we redid some of the walls, redid the floor, and
Okay.
then um, built a wall for party space, event
Yeah.
space,
Okay.
and that was about all we really had to do, besides touch ups and
Well,
stuff.
that's good. I mean that I'm sure could add a lot of pressure, if you have to make a lot of changes to it, because then
For
you get in
sure.
delays with all, construction aspects and whatnot. Um,
Yep.
so yeah, that's beneficial. So then when did you guys start bringing inventory in?
Um, we started bringing inventory in, and really, I was buying some inventory before I got in,
Okay.
as much as I could. So our upstairs room was starting to get full of bulk Lego and some sets and
Yep.
stuff and some used sets. So um, the I really started getting our main vendor inventory in um, middle of October.
Okay.
As soon as I got the keys, I started ordering from our primary vendors
Okay.
and
Okay.
our new inbox vendors, so that they could take anywhere from 4 weeks to 8 weeks,
Okay.
depending on delays and depending on what their time frame
Sure.
is. So
Yep. And then I saw you had what, two in-store buying events?
yeah, we did two buy events, just kind of open up to community
Yep.
and let them see the store a little bit, let them meet us, and bring in any used stuff they might have, so we can make them an offer, see if we could come up with something, and then help us
So
help them.
I was gonna say, so how did that go? Because I know, yeah, when you do marketplace listings and it's
Yeah.
something that is definitely beneficial, if you can find the stuff. But to have like a mass of just everybody piling in, was that like an overwhelming kind of feeling having people bring stuff in?
So the first one was a little overwhelming. The second one was a lot more tame,
Okay.
and
Okay.
we knew what to
Sure.
expect, and but it was good, and the community support has been just phenomenal. It's been really
Yep.
good. And one it's funny because one of the things I worried about most when I when I first started down this kind of path was I looked around. I was trying to do research beforehand. I'm like, we got a decent population size, but you look up and there's no Lego groups. There's no
Oh,
mention of Lego. There's
yeah.
no, I was like, man, I don't see a Lego presence here at all. Maybe the people here just don't like
Yeah.
Lego. And it couldn't be further from the truth. Really, I
Yeah.
think is the whole area is just itching for something,
Sure.
some kind of place like this,
Yep.
clubs, groups.
Yep.
But the buying event, went really great. We got to meet a lot of the people coming in, and we couldn't be happier.
Good. Good. Geez, that makes me. I wish I could start a way to start a virtual log down there because that's,
Yeah,
that's it.
yeah,
It's interesting. I mean, I've talked to, obviously on here, you connect with people all over, and I guess I don't want to say a lug is not like an advertised thing, but it's like you don't really see them advertised unless like you really start asking or digging around. So I didn't
yeah,
even think about. Even researching that, when I was down there, the past few years, thinking
yeah,
about trying to find Lego stuff, didn't even cross my mind. So
yeah,
interesting to know. Well, there you go. There's
yeah.
another venture for you. Start the Myrtle Beach log. So,
Yeah, we're looking at starting the possibility of starting a Grand Strand lug, and they've got one in Greenville, and
okay,
they
yeah,
do really good things. They're really great, and but they're just Greenville is about
yeah,
4 hours away from
yeah,
here,
yeah,
so people driving to the meetings and stuff there is it's a
yeah.
lot.
Man, Grand Strand log. That I like the sound of that. Can I be a virtual member if it happens?
Hey, why not? Yeah,
I don't know if that goes against. I am in the Steel City log up here in Pittsburgh, but I don't. I don't.
yeah,
I'm not like in any sort of position. I'm just a member, so I'll check to make
yeah,
sure I'm not violating anything. But if not, I'll definitely tap
yeah.
into that. So,
There you go.
um, so what? As far as like the people that have been coming in, so what have you seen more? Like adult aged people or kids? And obviously, I know kids are coming with adults, but as far as like the actual collectors or people interested, what do you feel like you've seen more of, adults or kids?
Honestly, it's been such a big mix
Okay,
of adults and
good.
kids that it's a great feeling because we're in the middle of shopping season too, so you get a
Yeah,
lot of shoppers. But as far as people like Lego people collectors, people who like Lego, it's been a real good mix of adults and obviously the adult collectors are our biggest spenders,
yeah,
but the as far as people coming in and just being interested and excited for the store, it's been a good mix.
that's good. Yeah, yeah, it's crazy when you really think about different areas in the country that don't have any Lego store, and I'm sure, like you said, you probably were a little apprehensive that there is no presence of Lego at all. But the fact that now you're there, it's like everybody comes out of the woodwork. So it's
For sure.
it's nice to see. Um, all right, so do you mind giving us a tour of the store?
Yeah. Yeah, we can look around.
So
Yep,
yeah,
yep,
I'm
yep.
just curious to see what it looks like and how you got everything set up.
I'm actually in the party room now. Let's see if I can figure out how to turn this camera around.
There
There
we
we
go.
go. How am I doing the party? So these are our party tables.
Oh, look at these.
Yep.
These are nice.
Yeah. Yeah, they're pretty good. So we'll have tabletops to go over top
Okay.
for cake, drinks, presents and stuff, and then pull them off for free
Nice.
play. We've got so this is almost stalwart in the Bricks and Minifigs stores is the um, Derby
Yep.
racetrack. So
Okay.
we can make your own Derby race cars and racing down the track. It's got a timer on there to tell you
Ah,
who came in first,
oh,
second, third,
nice.
fourth.
Yeah. Okay.
And, we're in the midst of making our amusement park here actually.
Nice. Oh, that's cool.
So
Which is
yeah,
fitting for you since you're in the amusement park
yeah,
industry.
yep, exactly. This is our floor.
Holy cow! This place is bigger than I expected.
Yeah, when I first came in, I thought it was going to be too small.
Yeah.
But once we got everything set up, it's a good size. So we got new inbox along the back shelf. Retired in the middle,
Okay.
certified sets. We got that's Luke.
Hi, Luke.
So, so we got our minifig cases front here, waiting on some cabinets to go on the
Okay.
back, so don't ignore the tables.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's okay.
Got the Grinch for Christmas,
Nice.
obviously.
Hopefully he's not stealing anything.
Yeah, not yet. So we got our bulk tables here, our minifig maker table,
Nice.
the ball figs, and then our trade desk back there.
Okay.
This is Daniel.
Hello.
It's our manager for the store.
Nice to meet you,
They're all
Daniel.
they're all saying, "Hey, they say you look
Yeah.
good." So yeah, I mean it's a good sized store. And it's definitely I think it came out a lot better than what I could even have visioned when I first came in.
I
So
mean, I'm not gonna lie, it is looking clean, and I know you just opened, so we'll give you the benefit of the doubt. But I mean, everything looks crisp. I mean, very nicely organized. Everything's set up nicely. So, what with your inventory now? What would you say some of your bigger items would be?
so we lost a lot of our biggest items during grand opening.
Yeah. Yep.
So we're we've still got the bat sets up there, which are really nice. We've got some we've got the rocket. We've got some Star Wars sets in the back that we're trying to process and bring
Okay.
out. But obviously Star Wars is the first sets off the shelf as soon as we put them on. Sometimes we'll get a set in and they're just gone that same
Yeah.
day.
Yep.
So um, oh, I forgot about our free play wall back here.
Oh, what's this?
It's just a free play wall, so you
Ah,
come in and they can kind of see it, and so
that's
this was
pretty
all
cool.
done. Yeah, this is pretty much all done on grand opening, but
Oh, nice.
uh,
Okay.
they just see it and they come over. Got the little bulk bins down there, and they can
So
jump on it.
I've only been I think two bricks and minifigs. I don't feel like I've seen a free play wall before. Is that something common in the stores?
Not common per se, but we did see it at the Orlando store, I think.
Okay.
Had a free play wall in there, and it was just really nice. So we stole it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's a great idea. And
Yeah.
then it looks like you guys have like some bags and that kind of stuff too.
Yep. So we got the bags, and we got some. These are actually BAM branded brick hats.
Oh, cool.
So you can kind of customize them, put whatever you want on them.
That's interesting. I've never
So
seen those before.
yeah, yep. Neat feature. Oh, we got some sets in our cases here. The Home Alone set. That's another set that I grew up watching Home Alone. So
Yep.
you start going through these sets like this, and all the detail on it, all the bud shelf
Yeah.
falls down. It's just the little stuff is really neat. We got our mod series over here,
Oh, nice.
so
Yep.
we got some more in the back to fix that. But yeah, we're still waiting on some other vendors to come in.
Okay.
But the we've got a couple. I don't know if you've heard of Bricker
Yeah.
Builds.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep. So we got some of their
Oh,
stuff coming in. We got
cool.
quote unquote Italian plumber brothers coming in
Okay.
for
Yep.
us.
I get you.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, it's enough for what we
Yeah,
need.
for sure. So now, so you have the party room.
Yep.
Now, do you guys have any plans to do any? And I've never, again, I don't have a bricks and minifigs near me, so I don't, what's all involved, like what you can do at your stores. But are there any plans? Are you able to host like any build nights, like for adults or even kids or stuff like that?
Yep. So we're gonna do a lot of events is really what I want to get into. We're getting our store set up. We've got our birthday parties really just set up, so we got a couple birthday parties already scheduled.
Okay.
But the events are really where I think we can grow. So we're looking at doing some build nights. Adult and camp. We're going to do some summer camps,
Oh,
some
nice.
robotics and stop motion camps once
Okay.
we get into to that kind of season. But another thing we're looking at doing is reaching out and trying to work with some of the neurodivergent clinics
Oh,
and
okay.
doing some Lego therapy nights.
Nice.
So for some kids and adults with
Yep.
autism or some
Yep.
some neurodivergent tendencies, they can come in and just kind of
Yeah.
you know release a little bit and get some free play in.
Man, you guys have really thought things through, which is good. I mean, it's nice to have that plan, and I think that'll be really nice for the community to to enjoy and get the build off of that. Um, what's the limit on, or what's the minimum birthday size? Because I might book a birthday party for myself.
Hey, it's so that's another thing that coming into Lego that I really underestimated was the AFOL community.
Oh yeah,
How big they are and how but when I was starting down the bricks and minifigs path, they said some of the stories they said, oh, our some of our, like, we have mostly birthday parties for adults. I was like, okay, I mean, that's great, but the first two people that approached me for parties, before we fully got open were adults. And I was like,
okay,
hey,
yeah,
excellent,
yeah,
perfect.
yeah,
So our party room right now we can do up to 16
okay,
participants. But we are looking to, depending on how we shake things out in there, maybe move stuff around and add some more
sure,
tables if possible,
okay.
if needed,
Do you
and
mind?
go from there.
Can I see those tables again? I'm just those looked
Yeah,
really nice.
yeah,
Now,
yeah.
were these something that you bought, or were they something that were custom made?
I bought them.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what they just have the base plate base, and then it has the like sorter in the middle there.
Yep. It's got the bulk hole in the middle here, and then the base plate's going along the side. Um, so they're really nice. They work out really good.
Yeah,
Um, so
I like those. Yeah, that's I feel like I haven't seen those in the a couple I've been to. I feel like they were regular table. Maybe I'm misspeaking, but yeah, I like those a lot. So
yep, yep.
um well, yeah, so that's exciting. So I'm glad things are going smoothly for you guys. So just moving forward, and I know you just opened, but so again, visions that you guys have. I know you already mentioned, the Bill nights, the adult nights, that kind of stuff. Any other big plans or visions that you are cooking up, or are those all under wraps?
Some of it's under wraps. No. I mean it's basically focusing on getting this store
Yep.
going, getting it, flowing
Yeah.
good, easy
Yep.
peasy. We are looking at probably in this lull in January, we're looking getting an online store going as well,
Oh, nice. Okay.
um, to kind of capitalize on some of that as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there you go. For anybody listening, pay attention to the online or follow the page, Bricks and Minifigs Myrtle Beach. It's B Bam. What's the handle again? It's BAM Myrtle
Bam,
Beach.
Myrtle
Yeah.
Beach,
Okay.
yeah,
Yep.
bricks
So
bricks
follow.
and Manfix. So
That's right.
Bam,
Yep.
Myrtle Beach.
I always thought it was like the way it looks. It almost looks like Bammy. I don't know why it just
Yeah,
stuck
it
in
does. Yeah, it does.
my.
Bam
Um,
I, Bam
well,
I.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's I don't know. Anytime I saw it, that's what it reminded me of. But I will obviously be sharing that whenever that gets up and running. So you can count on me to keep supporting you guys. Um, anything else about yourself or about the store that you'd like to share, or did we cover the basis?
We covered everything really. We're just really excited to be open and getting to meet all the people coming in, and I mean it's just and I couldn't be happier with our staff. So if
Good.
anybody
Yep.
out there is watching, come in, meet our staff at very least because they're top notch. They really are great. So we're excited. We're really happy with how it's going so far, and the community support, and just thankful to you for having us.
I appreciate you being my first of this series. I appreciate that a lot because I know it's in this day and age it can be hard to trust people, and I tried to present to you my intentions were true and pure, and
Yeah,
I was hoping
don't
that
take advantage of us,
hey,
okay?
that was my selling point. Whenever I talk to anybody, I do not want any sort of kickbacks. I'm a regular person. I just want you guys to get noticed, get you out,
Yeah,
into the community. Which obviously, you already did that. But I think having a free marketing tool can definitely help. And
yeah.
since you guys, yeah, you're my home away from home, I definitely wanted to make sure I was supporting you guys. So.
Well, we
Um,
appreciate it.
the only thing I will ask is that if you ever come across a cafe corner, tuck it to the side. Let me
Yeah.
know first.
So that is one thing we're looking to start, and it was actually Dana's idea. We're looking at starting a wish list
Oh,
for our customers, for our
yep.
guys. And so, if something comes up, you're on the wish list. We'll check your names, whoever's on there,
Okay.
first. We'll give kind of, hey, we got this set in. If you want it, it's here. We'll put it for you.
Well,
So
I'm first on the list for cafe
cafe corner.
or Mr. Gold, which obviously that I'm sure you would give me a good price on.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure. I might. If I find something like, I might keep it. Just put it
Yeah.
on my name tag.
Hey,
Wear,
yep. Hey,
wear it around.
I would not judge you in the least. So,
Yeah.
before we head out, do you want to give everybody your store details, location, hours, that whole gist?
Absolutely, yeah. So we're located at 4628 Factory Stores Boulevard, Unit B120. We're at the Tanger Outlets on 501. So it's Christmas season, so we're open, 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day except Sunday. We're open 10 a.m. to 7. So yeah, come on out.
Awesome.
We'd love to meet you.
Yeah. All right. And as I mentioned, make sure you guys are on Facebook,
Yeah,
Instagram, and anything else.
not at the moment. It's just Facebook and Instagram.
So I can't expect to see you doing some TikTok dances or something like that.
No, we've already talked to Luke up there, and he's our TikTok dance
Ah,
guy. So
gotcha.
yeah,
Okay, good.
yep, we got him.
Uh, all right. So last thing for you. Obviously, I would love to check in with you guys. Maybe over the summer.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and depending on I don't know what my vacation schedule is, but if I can make it down this summer, I'd obviously love to stop by and see you guys. If I can't, then would you be open to do another like live check-in sometime over the summer?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome, perfect. All right, Jonathan, I won't take any of your time up because I know you're getting close to closing. So
Yep, yep.
I appreciate you stopping by tonight. I wish you guys the best over this next week with the holidays and whatnot, and I will definitely push your way here for the January, slow season. There, we'll you get that online store up and running, and I'll push some business your way. So,
Awesome. I appreciate you very
all
much.
right. Well, hey, you guys have a nice Christmas, New Year's, any other holidays you guys celebrate. You enjoy it all.
you,
So.
you as well.
All
You as
right.
well.
Very nice meeting you guys. Thanks again. Make sure you follow them Facebook, Instagram, online store pending. I will push that information out to you guys whenever it comes to my attention. And hopefully we'll see you guys again over the summer. So, all
Awesome.
right. See ya.
Bye bye.
Have a good one.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
You too.